afternoon, and thank you so much for tuning in to Halo Halo, your one-stop for the entertainment and APA community updates. Today, we get the latest news on how you can save money from your utility bills, plus updates on the justice for Filipino-American veterans, and a one-stop record label, radio station, and studio is opening this weekend. All the details later in the show. But first, FilAm Creative recently hosted their Filipinos in Entertainment panel, and we caught up with the special guest speakers.
So FilAm Creative, we're an all-volunteer group. We are dedicated to the advancement of Filipinos in entertainment and media. And I've been a part of the group for maybe 4 years. And this whole panel idea started with my master's project when I was at graduate school. And the first year I did it, it was a success. And ever since then, schools were requesting to do this at their universities as well. So this is our 4th year, and it's just so great to me because I think it's important to really acknowledge Filipino visibility, little as it may be, because we're growing in entertainment. I mean, Asians in general, there's a lot more presence, and it's one of those events that makes me proud to be a Filipino American.
Well, I'm Ashley. I am a singer and an actress. I'm on a lot of kids' TV shows, so I did True Jackson VP, which is a Nickelodeon show for a really long time, and I played Lulu. I played the ditzy assistant girl. And then I was on Bucket and Skinner, which is another Nick show, and then I switched over to Disney, and I ended up doing Austin and Ally and How to Build a Better Boy and stuff like that. And I'm a singer as well, so I released a single earlier this year. Do I have any advice? I think my advice would be don't let anything stop you. I mean, obviously, like we were talking about, there are so many obstacles. You don't get to go out for all the leading roles all the time. You're going to be the sidekick sometimes, and you're not always going to get the roles that you want to get. But if this is your passion, don't let anybody stop you, because eventually shows like Dr. Ken and Fresh Off the Boat will pop up, and you're going to be in a leading role, and you just have to work really, really hard to get there. We have to work harder than a lot of other people, but we are going to get there.
My name is Billy DeMotte. I'm a casting director. I've been casting for 3 decades. I started in the mid-'80s and went on to cast 100 movies. So yeah, I see a lot more ethnic actors across the board. Asian, Filipino, Chinese, of course. Hollywood is finally starting to recognize the diversity in our world, and that the entertainment business is starting to reflect that. I'm reading this book right now. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It's not a plug, but there's a thing in this book called the Mastermind Group. And the Mastermind Group is surrounding yourself with people that have the same dreams and aspirations that you do, that care about the same values and ethics that you do, that all want to aspire to the same thing. And what FilAm Creative has done is created that mastermind group in reality. That's what they're doing. And so everybody that becomes a part of that group is enriched by everybody else in that group. And I support that 100%. And if there's anything I can ever do to help encourage more of that kind of activity, I'm there in a second.
My name is Gene Kahayan. I'm a part-time filmmaker. I used to be a full-time filmmaker, but I directed a film called The Debut years ago, and which started actually where we are here right now at Loyola Marymount University. It started out as my student project, and it grew into my first feature film. The expectation, I think, is you always know that as a non-white person in mainstream Western media, that's going to be an uphill battle. But nobody and nothing can ever truly prepare you for how difficult that uphill battle actually is. I think the success of shows like Fresh Off the Boat and Dr. Ken shows that ultimately mainstream Western media only cares about drawing in an audience and making money, right? And we're at a very, very unique time in our history right now where mainstream media has fragmented to such an extreme level. Hundreds of channels, YouTube, millions of websites, etc., that traditional, mainstream media, the broadcast networks, the cable television networks, that kind of thing, are looking for easy ways to find audiences. And so now we're at this unique place where diversity is not just a catchphrase, right? It actually makes economic sense for the first time in very limited capacities in mainstream media.
Thank you so much to FilAm Creative for putting together the wonderful event. And if you would like to be a part of their group or you want more info, you can head to their Facebook page at FilAm Creative. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, Tito Al Garcia talks about some important news affecting our World War II Filipino veterans. We'll be back.